Hello everyone, this is Sonia from Selling Budapest. Welcome back to my channel. In the previous video I'm talking about the apartment and how we're going to show you two very different apartments but in the exact same building. And so we're going to insert you the video, and this is exactly the window, like we are facing the other side of the courtyard to the windows where we were looking out from this side. So it's so interesting, like really so interesting. And by the way, it's the exact same buildings, but each side has different numbers. And so let's go in, I'll let you walk in. We are still on the third floor, looking at a 90 square meter apartment. And as you can see already, the finish of this apartment is very different. However, especially the American clients of mine, they always appreciating buying apartments with the originals. So let's start with that. The apartment got last renovation in 2019, like basic but clean, nice renovation. But what they decided to expand this room by moving down the walls to this direction. However, they spared the door frames. So these are the original door frames, and I know many of you are appreciating these small details. So let's walk into the first bedroom. It's still a very decent size. It was a little bit resized, but still a very decent size. A decent bed fits in here, and the bedroom still has one window. While we're speaking about originals, I need to highlight again original doors as well as original wooden floor. This is what you see before renovation everywhere. This is the wood floor that I grew up with. So if you someone who are appreciating the details of this kind, then this is definitely for you. This is the first time that I'm seeing an apartment with this much of sunlight from both sides. It's usually when you walk in, just like in the previous video, I think that was a good showcase for this. We walked in one small door, like even though that there is a small window, you would not get 1, 2, 3 like big door and 5, 6 windows with all this natural light. And this is the afternoon, like in the afternoon time, the sun hits, and the morning time sits from the other side, from over there. But this I find amazing, how much brightness is here. And we are on the third floor. It's not the fourth, not the fifth, it's the third, but this is absolutely unique on the market. There's no way that you will find, maybe not even another one. Like I visit every single day apartments, and when I came in, I'm like, okay, the selling point this apartment is definitely of all the natural light. So let's continue from the other room. We can walk around the apartment. This second bathroom was installed during the 2019 renovation. And then this is the so-called second bedroom, as well as previously, this is where I showed the wooden floor for the third bedroom. So this is what the layout would look like for 90 square meter, 3 bedrooms apartments. Now, because of the history and all that, this is a plus when you have when you have a layout with 3 separate bedrooms. For refurbished apartments, you can find good layouts, because what do? They gutting the apartment entirely, just like in the previous apartment, and they rebuild the layout completely, and they making it in a more smart way. But if you're looking an original, it's really hard to come by with a good layout the apartments during communism, like going back all the way to the 40s, they got chopped up, and the layouts didn't make sense. They were just like, okay, from here and here, this is going to be your apartment, and then from there is your neighbor. So that's how the layouts got so messy, and so that's the explanation. The other huge feature that I want to highlight is the double balconies. From here, we are able to see the Budapest Eye. If you Google in, search on TikTok or whichever social media you are part, and you will see that Budapest Eye is mentioned everywhere. Also, behind the building, what we are facing to, the Basilica is there. So right behind us, Basilica is there, and if I'm looking at on the other location, then we have the Liberty Square, / called in Hungarian Szabadságtér, with the US Embassy. And if we are facing back to where we came back from, then this is where, walking that way, 2 streets down, you find the river. Location is prime. The street itself is very famous of restaurants. So if you are someone who wants very, very, very quiet, then probably this location is not recommended for you, because this is filled with restaurants. If you are someone who is actually appreciating remotely working here with families, and or yourself, and you appreciating that all the best Michelin star and high-end and not high-end, but all the restaurants are accessible for you, then definitely this location is for you. Just for the clarity, I want to show you from this side, have you coming out to the other side from the double balcony. And of course, like, I want you to step out for a second. Now, this is the original divider, but of course this one can be taken out if you want to, and then that way you can move around in your balcony, exiting there and going back here. I have to look up. I know, I'm sorry, I'm not the best when it comes to architecture. I will look it up and put it in the description, but I do know that this is coming from a very specific time of the history, the building itself, with this motif. So look which area was this building built and influenced by in the description below. So let's go back a little bit in the living area all the way to the kitchen. So let me summarize very quickly, because this video is going too long. Again, like, we are on a 90 square meter prime location, middle of the 5th district, behind Basilica, but we will go from here and show you the surroundings. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. We talked about it, that we have double balcony, and the fact that from either side of the apartment, the front and the end side, you're getting this full blast original light, which is really hard to come by in Budapest, would make us to say that this is a very unique apartment, and the fact that you still find some of the original flooring and doors and windows and so on, that can be, if you want to even further improve with the restoration. And so comparing the price, in the previous I said, like, we are looking at 378,000 for the 2 bedroom, and here we're looking at 550,000 for the 3 bedrooms, and of the uniqueness of the unit, of facing the streets and everything that I previously explained. So let's continue from downstairs. For both of the apartments, we're going to have the exact same surroundings, since we are, as you know, in the same building. So let's discover it together. So let's just stop here right for a second. Our apartment is behind my cameraman, like I'm facing it. right there. But what's more interesting is, as you could see in the previous shots, on the right side we have the basilica right over here. And on the left side, however, we do have, if you're walking down towards the river, we have the Four Seasons. All these restaurants, right and left, is best of the best of restaurants of Budapest. So hence the price tag. Keep in mind that if you're buying an apartment in Budapest and you're buying in a prime location, like hence the price tag, those that I mentioned in both previous videos. So let's find a good restaurant. We can sit down and chat a little bit more. And let's wrap up this video by showing one of my favorite Japanese noodle places. Apparently all these noodles are handmade by an old Japanese gentleman. It's really, every time, 10 out of 10. So we are still on the exact same street where we're showing the apartment. On my left side, as you could see in the previous clip, Basilica is around the corner, and on the right side, Four Seasons is around the corner. As I said, all the restaurants are pretty good. It doesn't matter where you're sitting down, you're going to eat a very decent meal, just like here. A plate like this would cost you around 12 euros, $15, and maybe you can overhear like people are teaching each other like how you say thank you, köszönöm in Hungarian. So, like I said, you're sitting down, I think you can have a decent meal, $25, $30 for two people. So definitely come and check out the area, if not for the apartment, just to look around and enjoy the cuisines here. I hope you liked the video. I hope you liked the walkthrough. If you have any question, don't hesitate. We're gonna put on the screen our email address, info@sellingbudapest.com. Feel free to ask any questions. Don't forget that you can always schedule with us a 30 minutes free, no obligation consultation. Just reach out the below email that you can see on the screen, and we'll go from there. I hope we will hear from you soon, and I'll see you in the next video.